I enjoy the traditional 1 to 10 rating system, but I feel there's a lot of wasted space. Most review sites that use them agree 5's average, it's standard, good enough. Congrats, your game functions. 4 is interesting because that's about as low of a score that a game can get without being buggy or broken. 3 doesn't work half the time, 2 doesn't work the other half. 1 means you would have had more fun downloading malware. So really the scale's just from 4 to 10. But that's not indicative of the wider audience. There's so many great games being made that most people only want to hear about games that stand out. 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s. And I respect that. Life's too short and entertainment should be entertaining. So in my opinion, the whole system can be condensed to just 4 marks. But I want to focus on what they got, not what they didn't get. I don't want to encourage phrases like 1 out of 4 stars or only 1 star. I'm not taking away stars. It's kind of like the Michelin system where 1 star is a mark of excellence, 2's out of this world, 3's ungodly. But some people read too much into it and think only 3 stars is good enough. And I don't want to use fractions. I don't want to use half stars. I personally don't care to split hairs. I see rating systems as a sort of hotel, and the point of them is to get the game up the stairs and onto their designated floor. There's an entire culture obsessed with the precise calculation of opinions and finality of scores, so they're going to want a floor in between floors or the horizontal order of rooms to also represent a range within a range. I don't really care about that stuff. I prefer a personal approximation so we can get on to the fun part of playing good games and actually talking about games instead of talking about the rating of the game. Anything more precise than that is overthinking and taking opinions way too serious. That's all these are opinions. And why should you take mine over anyone else's? Maybe we're compatible. You like what I like, you dislike what I dislike. Maybe you like the way I phrase things or you relate to my biases. Because there's no such thing as an unbiased opinion, we're just biased in different ways. Like, for example, my money doesn't come from this channel and I get games for free. So I don't have to force an upload schedule, and I get to avoid buyer's remorse and sunk cost fallacy. I'm also not going to take sponsors here because I want to be able to say what I want to say. And that doesn't make me more honest or more righteous than a games media outlet or a YouTuber who does this as a career. That's just my preference. That's how I want to run things. I want whenever a video pops up on your feed for you to go, oh, something interesting. Because if it's not at least 1 star or a train wreck, I don't really care to talk about it. We can talk about books, movies, music, whatever while we wait for another star to show up. Again, life's too short and entertainment should be entertaining. So that's how I ended up with this system, where 1 star is a memorable time. The game plays with the formula, it takes some risk, and the things I like far outweigh the things I don't like. You don't get stars for playing it safe. And this is where I imagine a lot of cult classics and sleeper hits are going to end up. 2 stars, I had a good time. Same as before, plays with the formula, there's hardly anything I dislike. There's no shortage of things I do like, and there's even a few things I really love. 3 stars, I had a great time. Same as before, I like essentially every feature and there's a lot of things I love. Around here is where the gameplay, art, and story are all playing off of each other. Because you can get 1 star off a good gameplay alone. 2 stars from a mix of good gameplay and good production, but they don't have to work together necessarily. At 3 stars, the 2 are coming together and working as a single unit. And this kind of comes from my culinary background, where the food itself is like 60% of the score. But to get more awards, you really had to be able to merge the food, the plating, and the menu into one package. 4 stars, I had one of the best times of my life. Same as before, it's got risk. The gameplay, story, and art direction are playing off of each other. This has mastered the mold, and nearly every inch of it's filled with substance to the point of breaking. It may very well break it and create a new mold for others to fill. As far as the actual review goes, I like them short and sweet, like a menu description. A lot of reviews nowadays feel like they're made for people with crippling executive dysfunction. One bad purchase ain't gonna kill you. And for people who want to judge how others judge a game they already made their mind up on. I just want to say my piece and get on to the next thing. If you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. And one last thing, I don't believe in talking about price when talking about quality, but for a lot of people, the purchase is one and the same. I don't believe in a combined rating system like that, so I'll probably come up with a budget rating system on the side. Something that denotes huge value for the cost, and probably another rating system for the games that are highly anticipated but absolute duds. Because nobody really cares when indie games fail, but oh, they care when AAA games fail. Some kind of train wreck award or something.